This is Smallzy Surgery.
Hey, what's up? This is Jonas Blue.
Maybe we're perfect strangers. Maybe it's not forever. That's what I like about ya. Yeah, that's what I like about ya.
In Smallzy Surgery on Nova.
On the show tonight, it's the first time he's been. It's the first time you've been back in the country, like in 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Jonas Blue in the building.
What's up?
Hey, welcome back, mate.
Thank you for having
I
me.
always like to take credit for your career, just so everyone knows. Just
I mean,
way
you
back,
should.
way back. I don't really. I don't really. But Australia holds a very special part in your world because the fast car record, way back in the day, it popped off first here.
Yeah, that was. That was an interesting story for me. That was right when. So what? 2015, right when streaming was taking off.
Yeah.
Spotify was becoming a big thing, and I just remember. We've spoken about this before, but New Year's Eve. I remember just being at home with my mates. We were at a house party and my manager messaged me because I think it had come in from your show that with the chart and everything that Fast Car had gone to number one. And it was the Christmas number one. I was like, what is going on? From a guy from the UK.
Yeah.
Who's, that was my first single was Jonas Blue. It was like, wow, Christmas number one in Australia. That's pretty mental.
This is great. And look at you soaring now. Look at him.
It's been a good journey.
Absolutely. Well, welcome back. You did Ultra over the weekend in Melbourne. That would have been, honestly, in Australia, we have been starved of live music events. So that's why it was as crazy as it was.
Yeah, the energy was absolutely incredible. I mean, Ultra and Australia, like you said, it's been a minute for me since being back here. So, it was great.
You play shows around the world. And I am curious to know, when you're up there behind the wickety wax, that's what I call it. What country goes the most insane? Like when you have a chance to like lift your head and look out and there's like just wildness in front of you. Because you do Vegas regularly, you play the UK, you do across like Southeast Asia, there's also Australia. Is there any?
I'd say honestly, I think a lot of people every time they do interviews, they always say the country that
they're in. Yeah.
But that's I love it here. Don't get me wrong.
Who has the most nudity? There you go. I reckon the Europeans are mad for nudity.
Yeah. I mean, it's budgie smugglers. It's everything. There's a lot of nudity going on in Europe. But no, I think for me, in terms of crowds, it's Japan.
Okay.
Because I've just come back from doing a tour there, and I was actually meant to be there pre-COVID. It was actually the day COVID happened, the official announcement. I was supposed to fly to Japan to do that tour.
Wow.
And that got postponed till just gone.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's taken 3 years. And seeing the fans there cry and just shaking, singing lyrics that I've written back home in my studio in London. It's like, wow, that is really intense and amazing all at the same time. So I'd say Japan.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that must be powerful.
It makes it all worthwhile. All those long flights and everything else. It makes it worthwhile when you make people happy. Because
people needs to know. Like you were just telling me before we got on the air that you travel honestly you. Not only do you play shows, and when you're not playing a show, you're on a plane somewhere, right? Your frequent flyer miles would be just outrageous.
Yeah, get a lot of free stuff. Hit me up if you want free.
Do you? This is gonna sound like the wankiest conversation, and I'm gonna just lean into it. Have you come to like rate the business classes around the airlines that you travel? Like, do you like? Because I know Qantas, the Australian airline, they give you little pajamas when you fly up the front end of the plane. Is there ones you like to fly more than you're like, oh, I like this one. This is the one we need to go on? Because I know Emirates have the little cabin in their first class. They have the little slidey door.
Yeah.
And then I went on a Delta one, and it had a slidey door too. And I was like, I enjoy the slidey door.
Is it Smallzy rates?
Yeah.
Smallzy rates flights. Do you know what? They all become the same in the end.
Oh, they do, don't they?
It's like...
It's still hard to sleep.
I sleep upright.
Do you? No.
Yeah.
Don't tell people that.
Yeah, no, I do.
Because they'll be like, why are we
I
putting you
do.
in the front? We're going to stick him in the back.
Yeah, I can't really do the whole laying down on a flight.
So?
Yeah, I
No,
have to,
you should. You're not doing it. You need to try it. You need to
yeah,
try it.
sleep upright.
Just
for me.
recline it all the way and live your best life.
I want one of those. You know, you sometimes see on like Instagram and stuff like that of those like first class cabins where it's got the double bed and the shower. I want that.
Yeah, I would love
That
to
would be
try
amazing,
that.
but I don't know anyone.
And if anyone's listening,
Yeah,
who would love to let us try it,
that'd be great.
We could influence.
Yeah, me and you could influence.
With some people. I mean, no one who followed us could probably afford it. It feels like it's just a super rich, like you got to be a prince or something like that to pay for that, double bed up in the air. But I'll try it for you.
I mean,
I'll have a crack. Let's talk about music. New song called Finally. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Dropped Friday.
Yes.
Did
Very
you
excited
pop
about
some
this one.
champagne? What did you do? How do you celebrate when you're traveling the globe and a new song comes out?
Do you know what? It was dinner with the crew and
Nice.
and yeah, just raised the glass, had a good time, and this is a special song, and I've been playing it out for this has been, so I did the world. This is where I kind of started premiering it. I did the World Cup shows, festivals in Doha.
Yep.
And I started premiering it there, and then everywhere else, Ultra, all the Ultras that I've been playing it there, and everyone's been asking me about this song, so it's been so great to finally release it now, and it's just feel good dance banger. So I hope people enjoy it.
Nice. No, I need to ask about your dog,
Yeah, Quincy.
Quincy. That honestly, is it a Labradoodle? Is he a Labradoodle?
Golden Doodle.
Golden Doodle. He is the cutest.
Yeah, he's
Absolute
a character.
thing in the world. Like, how old? Give me the stats. Because I've got a spoodle, or you call him a cockapoo in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's great.
Was that a lockdown doggy for you?
No. I
Okay.
had her beforehand. Yeah, no. But I saw Quincy,
Mine
and
was a
he is
lockdown
like
doggy.
10 times the size of my cockapoo. And
Yeah,
he
so
just
this-
looks like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting one. So he's actually a mini gold. Well, I was sold that he was a mini golden doodle. And
He is not.
He's definitely not a mini golden doodle.
Anyone needs to go Google the photo of Quincy. Not a mini golden doodle.
He's definitely not mini.
He's like half your size.
Yeah, he's a big dog, and yeah. Do you know what? I was only speaking to my tour manager about this the other day. That do you know the worst thing now about having a dog?
Is traveling and leaving him behind.
That is one of
Okay,
the worst
there's
things.
one other
There's
thing.
another thing is
Yeah.
that when you've had a really, really big night
Yep.
and you come in at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
and you just see his little face
Yeah.
ready to start the
The
day,
day.
and I'm just dying going to bed, and it's like,
And he looks at you like, "What's going on?
yeah,
Why are we not
walking-
going to the park?"
Yeah, and it's like, that's the only thing as well now. That's the one thing I feel guilty about. But overall, I love him.
Adorable. The photo I'm looking at, by the way, is he must be the richest. He's flying on a private jet. The photo I'm looking at is Quincy on a private jet. This is just outrageous. He's living the life. He's living.
He's a lucky dog.
He absolutely flies better than I
But
do.
can you fly dogs in the cabin here?
You cannot.
Okay.
You can't.
So in between different cities, you
No,
can't. Okay.
you can't do that in Australia. It is the one thing I don't like about Australia is that you can't
Same as
take
the
your
UK.
dog in the cabin. You go to America.
I know.
Man, there's dogs for days. They have their own chair. It's
So
like,
that
this
explains
is
that
fantastic.
explains the picture there, by the way.
Oh yeah, no. I'm only having a crack. I'm only having some fun. I
Oh,
enjoy
it's all
it.
good. So
No,
I
no.
had to explain it a little
Yeah,
bit.
because the other way you can transport dogs here in Australia is like in the carrier underneath the floor.
Yeah.
No, I was on a plane
What,
one
you're
time.
waving?
No, one time I was on a plane and the dog cried the whole time underneath the floor because it was just like petrified. I was like, nope, not happening.
No, exactly. So yeah, that was a one time only.
No, okay, well, hey, God bless Quincy. What's his personality like? Is he like
He's-
over the top?
He's
Is he an
completely
old
mental.
man?
Oh no, he's completely mental. He's so playful, but yeah, he's got a real thing about shoes.
Oh, good. Of course he does.
So it's
and
just
the
like-
expensive ones too, I
Yeah,
bet.
yeah. So it's like fresh pair of Air Force. He loves those.
Oh, they're tasty.
Oh, real tasty.
So tasty.
They're more tasty than the others. So it's like, yeah. And Ugg slippers.
Oh, okay.
Loves those.
Loves
Loves
that.
ripping out the fur in
Oh,
those.
good.
So,
God bless him.
yeah.
Sounds like a bunch of
Lovely
fun.
dog.
All right, Jonas Blue, hanging out with us tonight, dude. Lightning round of questions just quickly for you.
Go
A
on.
little segment called Name Droppers.
Yep.
You're always collabing with artists.
Yep.
You're always grabbing, like, vocalists. I have been trawling your Instagram, looking at photos that you posted, and I'm just going to hit you with names, and you just tell me something about that person. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Let's do it.
Our own Tones and I. You and her
Yeah.
posted a photo back in October. Are you working together? What can you tell me?
Yes, we are. I absolutely love her. And she asked me to do a remix of her song "Fly Away."
Yep.
And that was that was like a real big song in my sets at the time, and she was performing that version live, I think. And then we just connected, and I'd written this song, and I reached out to her, and I just said, "Look, I'd love you to sing it." Such a song that I've written with JP Cooper.
Yep.
And she's working on it as we speak. So
Nice.
yeah, hopefully that's going to be a real. That's a special one.
Nice. How many of those things do you have on the go at any one time? Because I can imagine, I'm looking at the list of people that you have worked with, and it goes so long. Do you work on projects that just never see the light of day, or do you try to everything you put energy into, you want to try and get something out of it?
I'm quite good and quite organised like that. I don't really work on stuff and it just sits there.
Yeah.
Everything that I do generally gets released at some point.
Oh, nice.
So I don't like a hard drive full of songs that just won't ever see the light of day.
Okay.
It's like,
it's a waste of energy, really.
Yeah, it's like, let's get it out.
Rita Ora's in the country at the moment.
Oh, is she?
She does the
Okay.
voice here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And I think they're in the middle of taping. You had that banger with her and and Ritual. Anything else in the pipeline that you got going on with Rita Ora? Any stories?
Yeah, I think we're going to work on another song soon. There's definitely always stuff there with Rita. We always keep in contact, and I was in LA last year working on some stuff just for her project.
Oh, nice.
So there'll always be stuff with Rita. For sure.
All right, great. New song out right now. It's called Finally. And when are you coming back? What's plans after you leave Australia?
Well, it seems like every 4 or 5 years I come back.
Yeah, so I'll see you in 5 years.
Yeah, I'll see you in 5 years when I'm a bit more grey. I hope, now that the world is back to normal.
It'll be sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's great to be back here. I'm excited about these dates that I'm doing here, and hopefully soon.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
Smallzy Surgery
is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.